Sanibonane Dumelange Makaya. It's your girl, Lelo K. Precious, your modern African goddess. Yes! Welcome to Concoction of Art Sessions. Thank you so much for joining us with myself, and this is by MCI TV. Today we have an amazing writer and poet by the name of Torsten Rika, better known as Clear. Believe me, we have an amazing poet today in the building, and he is actually a superstar. You know I always have superstars, right? Welcome to Concoction of Art Sessions.
Thank you for having me. Yo, superstar.
Yes, you are a superstar because you started writing at a very young age,
Yes.
and you were like introducing people to this writing thing. And how did that go about? How did you start getting interested in writing?
It started off when I was in primary school, when I was listening to all types of hip hop, all types of rap, you know, Bone Thugs, you know, and all of those, you know, your Tupacs and everything. Then in 2005, that's when I got into the swings of spoken word, you know, and then started poetry from there. And yeah, ever since then, it's been a very lovely journey.
Absolutely. So apparently you were influenced by the likes of Common.
Yes.
Who introduced you to I mean, that's deep people. Those people who talk some deep poetry.
Well, in terms of the arts, I like to explore. I like to get to know what is out there, you know. So I got acquainted with Wu-Tang first, which is the most influential rapper in the group, which is known as Jazza Genius, who crafted my work indirectly. Then I got to know your Commons, I got to know your Talib Kwalis, and then within the poetry section, parts of poetry, I got to learn from your Lebo Mashiles, and my biggest mentor, my first ever mentor, was Ntateli Fifikadi.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Oh wow! Okay, so after that, you started, you know, taking a leap of faith. You know, you felt like, okay, you can actually do this. You're ready. That was in the year 2013. That's when you released a free downloadable EP, with 7 tracks, right?
Yes.
And 4 was hip hop tracks, and the other 3 was spoken word poetry.
True.
Tell me about that experience of that EP. How did that come about?
It was, as you said, it was a leap of faith. So I felt that it was the right time for me to release some content into to the world, you know. So it was a very stressful period, but I loved it because it did give me some experience, you know. The EP is titled Tomorrow, so people can find it on Bandcamp. It's for free. They can download it. So yeah.
And then that got you to perform at big stages, like Nights of the Poets at State Theatre. How did you feel when you were told that you can actually perform at such a big stage?
It was an honor and a privilege, you know, because I was performing in front of like big names, you know, big people, you know. And then I performed with 2 musicians at that time, Zbu and Nelius. They were on lead guitars. So from there, that's when I got to conquer my stage fright and be able to collaborate with artists as well, you know. And it was a beautiful experience. Yeah.
And then you released a few singles, and then you started your own movement in the hood, where you invited the youth who are actually inspired by spoken word, and you started You Spit.
You are
what you spit.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me about that.
The movement started in 2015. I thought like I had this feeling of like trying to make a difference within the community, you know, giving the youth a platform to express their feelings, what they're going through on a daily basis, you know. And also, I read a thesis from this other college professor in the UK where he said, if we could like incorporate the arts in every community, 20% of crime would be like eliminated. So I thought that might as well play my part as well, knowing that how much the arts, spoken word and hip hop has saved me as an individual. I might as well play my part within the communities to say, you know what, let me try by any means necessary to help whoever is out there to be helped as well. Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing.
Thank you very
That
much.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I hope everyone out there is actually inspired by that. After that, you won. Oh no! You performed and you directed and you
Yes.
your own production, and it was called
Speaking from
experience.
Yes.
Growth. Okay, that growth got me like growth. Why that growth there then? Because there's a bracketed growth there.
Within each and every experience that we go through as people, there is some silver lining within it that we can find growth within it, you know. And it's the poetry production was incorporated with the 4-piece jazz band and the
Yes,
four
and female choir.
choir.
Ooh, yes.
So it's basically about all kinds of experiences that I have seen directly and indirectly, you know. Speaking about those things, making people aware that these experiences are the things that make us grow. Because, for example, one of the singles that I released, which is known as Walk a Mile in My Shoes, is one of the poems that is in the production itself. So we're speaking about all walks of life, experiences of all kinds, and letting people know that, you know, these things happen within us and around us. Yeah.
And that production got a Special Merit Award.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, tell us about that.
So the production was part of an incubator program which was in the State Theatre 2016. And then it was so loved that it was taken to the Trade Fair Festival at the Market Theatre 2017 in Joburg. So we performed in front of the likes of Pamela Nomvete, you know, and I got an award for special merit for the production itself, you know.
Yes.
And it's
Yes,
the goosebumps.
yes, the goosebumps.
You know?
I mean, I'm feeling them too.
You know?
I mean, I'm feeling them too. And then after that, you went to the Washington D.C.
Oh yes.
And
yes.
you it was a tour organized by Jonathan B. Tucker, right? Yes. Tell us about that. I mean, Jonathan B. Tucker.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Jonathan B. Tucker is a brother that I got to know in 2013. Well, 2014, when he came to South Africa, he brought a group of poets from America, from an organization known as Split That Rock, you know. So I got acquainted with him, and then he invited me in 2017. He said, "Yo, come through to Washington D.C. to do like a 2-week tour, you know." And the platforms were beautiful because I was performing day in, day out, being a guest featured poet, because he managed to get me platforms for like such places as Buzz Boys and Poets. It's a restaurant slash franchise where it's a restaurant where they sell food and stuff like that. Plus, there's like a place where they perform, and you know, it's poetry, and you know, you can't go wrong with spoken word and food coming together. You know what I mean?
Yes, that was so amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It was beautiful experience. I'm sure it was. Okay, so now after that. You went into what is it? Where you were a finalist?
Oh yeah, 2018. I was part of the. I went to Slam for the whole year. 2018 at Wooden Sound. It's a poetry league in Joburg.
Yes.
So I slammed there for the whole year. Then I became part of the finale.
Yes.
Which was in 2018 as well.
And how did that go?
It went well. It went well. Like I won Poet of the Year.
Oh yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
So then I got into the top 5 with 4 other brothers, Ismjele, Soetri, Masai, and Linda. So we slammed for our life, so to say, and yeah, it went well because like we had poems where we had to do like collaborations. We had to respond to other people's poems, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Yes.
Okay, so now what are you busy with?
What
can we expect from you right now?
I
mean, you've won Poet of the Year. Huh? What can we expect now?
Because I was in the plans, okay, it's still in motion. I was planning to do a body of work known as Humans Being, which is like I've been doing sort of like a self lecturing or schooling of sociology, you know, trying to understand the human interactions between people and how they deal with things in life, you know. So it's a body of work that I've been recording and I'm still recording, you know. So I was planning to release it in March, but you know, COVID did the things. But it's alright. So it's on pause right now. So I was launching it in Hatfield in Pretoria. So yeah, it's still in the works, Still in the
Right,
works.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're gonna be performing for us today. Ooh,
Yeah.
I need you guys to get comfortable and cozy because we're gonna be getting a nice performance from
Yes.
Clear, right? And what are you gonna be performing for us today?
I'll be doing a couple of poems too,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see if we can drop maybe a 16 banyana.
Hey!
We'll see. Yeah. So yeah, the poems I'll introduce them as I deliver them. So
I'm so excited, and I bet you are excited too there at home. Well, right now we're about to get into it. Well, be warm, Mandasa, because it's about to get heated in here, okay? Be right back.
An animal only attacks when it is provoked, or when it feels threatened. And we humans are no different. We are also animals of the same nature, for we are the concrete jungle, constantly fighting to keep the inner beast tamed, but we always fail. We are a threat to ourselves as well, especially when our animalistic instinct comes out to play, especially when we get to step into our wild side and can't contain our basic urges. We stalk each other's souls daily, ready to pounce on each other's hearts with our sharp fangs dripping with venom to poison each other's faith and hope. We never pause to print our paws on each other's feelings and rattle our tails to wrap ourselves around each other's fears. We would find it appealing to peel each other to the soul, to see the Red Sea filled with each other's blood streaming down the streets. Our jaws snap at anything that comes to the edge of the watering hole, to take a bite at any living thing that comes to quench its thirst. Some of us are wolves in sheep clothing, going to church to prey on vulnerable prey, then howl at the full moon on bended knees, begging for forgiveness. Some of us get to meet and call each other soulmates. After that, we let our souls mate, then skin each other's souls clean, and then us mates turn on each other and call each other snakes. Isn't it weird to find a dog accompanied by chicks on the side, and the same dogs call each other cats? What kind of a domestic pet love affair is this? And there is always something fishy happening when sharks come out and swim on land. They have a whale of a time, especially when they bank on the river's side. There are hyenas waiting in the alleyway with terrifying cackles, with devil-like smiles aiming for the pulse and throat, while vultures gather on street corners for a big scavenger hunt with an opportunity to stick their talents into hollow bone pockets. The big brother is the eagle, roaming the sky, watching our every breath, and at any slight wrong movement, they will dive down and catch us off guard. The only time we bear to hug each other is when we claw at each other's backs, or when we flee to suck on the living daylights of each other's blood. On the other side of this landscape, there are pigs in governing positions, justifying their filthy ways of living while stuffing their mouths with bottomless power. Then they will be on the move to find new ways to deceive us, cheat us. We hope that they will consider our feelings, but a leopard never changes the spots. But we will tunnel our way out of this reality with inner and strength and gather our shit like dung beetles to butter our bread so that we can fly. For we are fishes swimming against the current streams of life, or cows and bees looking for the land of milk and honey. We shall swing from one tree vine to the next to be rooted, or migrate with the seasons to look for greener pastures. This is the nature of man, to seek, to hunt, to devour, to destroy whatever that may stand in our way. For we are beasts walking on two legs, camouflaged in silk and wool. It is ingrained in our DNA that it is survival of the fittest. Kill or be killed. We are animals biting our way out, trying to be free, trying to exist, running the race to reach the top of the food chain, only to call ourselves gods. We are a herd that does not want to listen and does not have any sense of direction. All we want is to graze on all kinds of flesh on a silver platter without a catch. This beast within us is wild and cannot be contained. We are the highs and lows of our cause and effect. We have defied the laws of the jungle. That is why Mother Nature is coming for us. The next poem is titled My Joy Letabo. You can find it on SoundCloud. Sure. My joy. This is a letter written in my heart's handwriting, drawing ink from my soul, tears with words shaking from the tip of my trembling tongue. I'm sorry that those 380 kilometers defines our relationship, and that space and time only allows us to see each other twice in a blue moon. And I'm sorry that you're not groomed into an ideal family household, nor was your soul sewed together by both parents at once. I sacrificed my pen and paper before for your future several times, but my efforts were in vain and reality hung them on a noose. I went to hell and back to conquer my demons, then to heaven to box with God and interrogate him about all of this. I've been fighting for you ever since you rested your finger in my open fist, ever since your smile could spell my name, Baba. I never neglected you, my beautiful responsibility. Your breathing aids me to straighten up my backbone, to hold on to my crumbling walls that reality is bashing down. With my eyes constantly drowning in an ocean of tears, my arms are longing to hug you for light years and break bread with your laughter that nurses our bond. I know why you would burn me with your cold shoulder from time to time. It is because you yearn to see my voice with your heart, to feel my eyes with your presence, to clutch unto my influence, to embrace me, chasing your growth, to feast on a father and son talk. I will sell my clothes to see you wrapped in the garments of happiness, give you my shoes to run after your ambitions. Life is constantly jabbing at me against the ropes, picking my hopes and wishes apart and turning them into dust. The day I figured out that I was labeled a useless father figure was when my pockets were seen as shallow as the puddles that exist on the surface of the sun. I feel like I'm failing you every day, and I'm making you pay for my sins. I beat up my heart for it to beat with bleeding bruises. My sky keeps on collapsing onto my shoulders as my gravity's easily giving up on me. I wrestle with my eyes to keep them closed at night to sleep as your absent presence haunts me in every dream. I am tired of us chasing each other's shadows. Sometimes I feel like taking a sip of death would quench your life's thirst. All I want is to feed your soul with the essence of knowledge, make you feel through the hands of experience for you to hold on to wisdom. All I want is to guide you through this maze called life, to escape madness in its moment of clarity and suicide when it smells good to you. I give thanks to God for being there upon your arrival, to hold you in my arms as you feel right at home, and the opportunity to see your first footsteps kissing the ground and your blossoming teeth painting your smile. All I ever wanted was to be that rain that nourishes my seeds to mature, to flourish, and to touch the heavens. I hope this letter finds you well. Please take time to swallow these words and do not stomach them for my sake, but understand my mouth as it vomits emotions. I hope this letter will put you in my shoes to take in the sense of how every walk in life drags me. I hope to make you proud one of these fine days so that you can tell tall tales about me to your children and to your children's children. I love you, my son. Yours sincerely, your fighting father.
Oh, wow. Wow, I'm crying. Like,
Askies. Anyway.
it's a lot. What are you trying to do to us?
Yo, okay. Ish, yeah, to get out of the. Ah! Whew. Okay, to get out of the emotional things, let's try the 16 bar method. And I haven't rapped in a very long time. Woo. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Niggas gonna throw some 16 bars on us.
Okay. This is an ode to one of the greatest influences in my life, ne? So I'm not gonna explain it, but you will get to the situations, you know. So yeah, 16 bar.
Go.
Go.
Raya Stevie wondered how she looked like. Run DMC got acquainted with her on the mic. By your side, Sade, guitar string, Tracy Chapman. Sound was the Temptations, then the OGs came in. With a saxophone in hand, Kenny became the G. This is how a man loves a woman, Mr. Percy. She created a wonderful world for Louis Armstrong. Another day in paradise with Phil Collins on the song. Abdullah Abraham made her feel all too true. Trumpet blasting Sophia Tastimela Brahu. Ain't no sunshine Billy with a Sam Cooke the blues back. Nina Simone became young, black, and gifted the tracks. Click Mama Africa. Jimmy Dulu played the strings like Bob Marley said. Don't worry about a thing. To the end of the road, Gladys Knight had to sing. Thank you, Duke Ellington, for that beautiful swing. I grew up on heavy beats. Tempos increased the heat. Snares kicked the hi-hats. I got glued to the seat. Lyrics became divine. Rhyming became sublime. While they on the spot, I started to drop my own lines. Hella hip-hop made the sounds non-stop. Where it is you feel no pain. Reggae choose blaze the spot. Jazzy's up the mass on a beautiful Sunday noon. What marked up the new week was rhythm and blues. Melody centerpiece, my heart got struck. An open chords, breathing to pause to dance with the funk. Voices an instrument, the gift of life, don't confuse it. Who'd ever live life without that medicine music? Who are these people that preach blasphemy in your name, God? And who are these human beings that claim to converse in heaven's tongue? And who are these finger-pointing saints that imply to be crowned with halos? And who are they to ordain themselves righteous that provoke faith and play with hope? These so-called angels expect a righteous rank at the expense of those that seek goodness and mercy on a daily basis. These wolves in sheep clothing will ram psalm after psalm in your ears, while you cradle God's word in your soul's arms, and they set a doctrine of false guilt in your heart. These slick con artists demand respect in the marketplace through the eyes of God. They go to an extent to fix tents at every corner for a vain religious street cred. These church idol worshippers will curse you and make you feel like Satan gave birth to you, and they will drape you in hell's skin as if you deserve nothing but the wrath of heaven. These pagan gods play as God and act like they can turn water into wine at any given time, recruiting every Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to fill Sunday benches just to boast and show off their spiritual epileptic fits. These self-ordained prophets profit by pickpocketing the congregation's desperation to feed their selfish wants and needs for their bottomless hungry wallets. These supermen with Bible verses as an S on their chests compete with Jesus to be the better hero by trying to save everyone, especially those damsels in spiritual distress. These judges who throw bombs of vile words while blindsided to their own transgressions, they have convinced themselves they are high-powered human beings with godly authority. Let us open our third eyes and realize we are plotting against our souls. For children who are pompous about God simply smile with a serpent behind closed doors. Those that judge others will condemn themselves. God never appointed anybody to shortlist anyone as the chosen few. For we are common folks that seek God and heaven for solace however possible. We are all on the same path, trying to figure out the very essence that God has planted in our presence. So let go, and let God do his work in peace, and let us resonate light amongst ourselves. Generations upon generations will inherit the speech that we constantly preach. Men have twisted the word long before time existed, and the devil is not as black as he is painted, so don't be colorblind. We should teach ourselves to learn the density of our souls and tongues in order to know how to hold water firmly first before attempting to baptize. The message has been chiseled and set in stone way before the 10 Commandments were formulated. We follow the sound of God's name blindly, for the nearer the church, the further God is. Adam stopped being the fruit of Eve's eye. Angels did the dirty dance with humans on earth. Cain killed his brother, for he was not seen being able. Samson broke his vow by sharing his locked strength. Noah got drunk and forgot about the drowning world. David fell for flesh and killed for guilt's sake. Joseph's brothers casted him into the belly of a whale. Peter started a revolution against Christ, and Paul spilled blood on desert lands in the name of God. Lucifer himself was once an angel in heaven. Even Jesus questioned God's intentions with his last breath. So sin to us is as close as life and death is. In order to be right, we need to be wrong first. We have blamed God for his violent destructions while we have done all of this to ourselves. I pray that you break your promise, God, and drown this world and us once again. We should make your yoke easy and just turn back and crumble into salt.
Wow, Betunana, you can see my face. I am defeated. I am emotionally like, wow. You got me crying twice. You are so amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today on Concoction of Art Sessions
Thank you so much.
with Lelo K Precious. Thank you so much. So where do we find you on social media platforms?
You can follow me on Instagram, which is clear as fire, small caps _ Facebook, you can say clear, and you find the page, and then profile pictures is the ugly face here.
Ugly. Ladies. Ladies, I'm sure you don't agree with this one.
Wow. Yeah. So you can find my Facebook page, and also you can follow me or befriend me on Facebook. It's Thorsten Clear Ripka. Then on Twitter it is @SoClearT. And then also on bookings you can email me, at socleartgmail@gmail.com, and then also 076 671 0116. You must use them wisely. 076 671 0116.
That use that widely was for you, ladies, because he don't want you to be calling him and talking about things that don't have to do with bookings, right? Well, my name is Lelo K Precious, and this is Clear as Fire. And this was Concoction of Art Sessions with Lelo K by MCI TV. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment and share the YouTube channel, which is MCI TV or Lelo K Precious. That's where you're gonna find this interview. Yes. Well, from myself, Lelo K Precious, and my team, and Clear as Fire, it's peace out.
Peace.